Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this brand new day. It is Friday, the 5th of July. In my lap, not in my lap, on my lap, running around on my thigh, I had a hamster. But now, I have bedding on my shirt, too. But now she's on my hand. She is so well behaved. I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to her. And I wasn't even worried that anything was going to happen because my hamsters are well behaved. And it is a good thing. She is a cutie, an absolute little wonderful beast. I keep accidentally breathing on her. And of course that makes her whiskers move, and then that does the trick. So I'm going to put her back in her cage. She was digging around. She's all filled with seeds and little, well, I was going to say nuts, but they don't make nuts that are quite that small. So she's filled with seeds. And that's a good thing. Ooh, sorry about that. Accidentally put her down way too much. Instead of like this, front feet and then back feet, I put her down like face. And then she went, blah! So, oops. Didn't hurt her. It's just instead of this way, I went this way and then let go. So, I mean, they do worse on their own, the way they dig around, and they'll get underneath and on their backs and scrabble at stuff. So they're silly little critters, and it's awesome. Very, very good little beasts. There's just, so I don't know what it is about them, but it's just like if you're a cat person or you're a dog person. You know, when you look at a dog and you're a dog person, your heart melts. If you're a cat person and you look at a cat, your heart melts. I'm a cat person. My heart melts with cats. I like cats. But at the same time, I look at rodents, depending on the rodent, of course, not naked mole rats, and mice evoke a small reaction like this, but my heart just melts. It's just that there's something about small furry rodents that just, I love them. I don't like the long tails as much, especially on rats. I mean, rats are awesome creatures. They're smart, they're affectionate, they're clever, but they're awesome. The only thing I don't like is the long hairless tail. That's why I think hamsters are about the best rodent out there, because the little stubby tail, you don't have to worry about it. They just look cute instead of like long and hairless. So, I mean, other critters have okay tails. I'm not a big fan of gerbils. I mean, they're nice, but when you touch them, they're not soft. They feel like, you know, straw. I mean, they're soft, but they don't feel like cat fur or dog, excuse me, or dog fur or hamster fur. It's not, oh, that feels nice, soft. It's like, that's kind of rough, soft, like made out of straw. So they're okay. And then their long tails, you have to be very, very careful. Because unfortunately, when I actually had some gerbils, two gerbils back in 1989, I cannot remember what happened. I think one of them got loose and I was trying to capture it. But you got to be so careful with gerbils, because if you just grab onto their tails, the skin slips off so that they can escape and survive. And so you've got this skinless tail that's got to dry up, and then the tail falls off, and I felt horrible. So, be very careful if you have gerbils. Or at least that one, I grabbed it and its tail skin came off. So, I mean, I've never done it on any others. I've never wanted to. That was horrific. The thing survived just fine, but it just didn't have a tail after that, and that was kind of sad. Now, if they were soft, I'd like gerbils better, but that just because they're not soft, don't pull their tails off. Ugh. They're fine critters, just they're not hamsters. I've liked ferrets too. I mean, in theory, I like ferrets. I like seeing people's ferrets in videos. I like looking at the ferrets when I've been in pet stores. And I like the idea of ferrets. I understand that they're a bit more difficult to take care of, and like they really get the stank on them. So rank. And especially you've got to be careful if you have a female ferret, because when they go in heat, it's like you've got to treat them right, because if they don't get bred at certain times when they go into heat, that can kill them. So, oh, that's a lot of work. That's I like fire and forget type of pets, where it's like it's alive. Just give it food and water and play with it. Make sure its environment is clean and it's good. Not, well, I've got to do a little bit of micromanagement every single day or its health is going to fall apart and it's going to die. So, that's kind of like why chinchillas, as much as I like the idea of having a chinchilla, because they seem just incredibly well behaved, just amazingly easy to train. They'll just sit while you can brush them, and their fur, that's the problem big time. Their fur is so mega thick that if it gets actually wet, it's going to be in big trouble because their fur is so thick that it will never dry out again. And then it molds and gets very, very bad that way, which affects their skin, which affects their health, which they'll die. So you can't get a chinchilla wet, and you got to make sure that if they do get damp, because they can get slightly damp, if they do get damp, you got to work to make sure that they get dry. So it's a lot of work on these things, and I'd hate to get a chinchilla and then not be able to keep up on the maintenance and then have it get sick and die. Oh, that'd be terrible. I'd rather not own a chinchilla than hurt a chinchilla by not being able to take care of it properly. That's like with a couple, there's like this one, it's a South American, when I say colony type creature, I don't mean like, insects. I mean, they live in colonies. It's another type of, like, dwarf hamsters live in colonies. But there's this like South American type rodent. It's like this big. They live in colonies and groups, and they're very well behaved, and they're extremely smart and affectionate. I think it starts with like a DJ. Django is wrong. I mean, that's the name of a movie. So, but it's something like and then, but it's an amazing critter and apparently wonderful as pets, and I would hate to get something like that and then accidentally torture it by not being able to keep up on its maintenance properly. So some critters, as much as I would love them, it's better just to admire them through pictures and videos. I can take care of hamsters. It isn't easy because of my fibro and my injuries, but I can do it. So that's good. Definitely a thumbs up. And then this here, that's just a bit of silliness from, I couldn't think of any. I took a couple oil concentrate dabs just before recording. My sincere apologies. I'm working late today, insomnia. I'm logy and groggy, and it is really hard to get my brain together. So my sincere apologies for the constant throat clearing. But on my WNKLV radio thing that I'm working on, it's hopefully I'm going to get it done, like if not today, over the weekend. So hopefully that'll be good. And then hopefully people will enjoy it. And then I've got to work on other ideas and stuff for after that. So, because I don't want it just to be a one-time thing. I want WNKLV broadcast type things to be, if not regular, at least something that continues, because I got a story to tell about that area now. And I'd like to be able to tell it. Unlike most of the stories that pop into my head, God's above. Unlike most of the stories that are in my head where I've had books that are just, they're lost now. Some of them I remember because I'm able to dredge them up periodically, go, I need to write this down. And then I play with the ideas that I've had, trying to keep them alive so I can actually start writing them down. But on the one hand, it's like, there's this one Twitter person that I follow who is a cracked columnist who's written a book, trying to shop it around, constantly writing a lot. Got screwed over by when I think it was Defy Media shut down. But I have talked to him periodically, and with some of the goofy tweets he's come out, I've said, you really need to write a bizarro genre novel. Because the weird stuff that people will put out is like, oh, this is weird, and people will just go, oh, how do you come up with that? It's like, there is a genre of novel called bizarro, which is just like it sounds. I mean, one of the books, I couldn't finish the book, but one of the books in the bizarro genre is The Ass Goblins of Auschwitz. And it's about ass goblins keeping children in concentration camps under the earth. Bizarro is a really weird, I mean, there's Carlton Millick, one of the biggest bizarro writers out there. He's written stuff like, you know, there's the book about this one woman whose vagina is haunted by ghosts. And it's just, the bizarro genre is odd. One short story that was just about how an entire ship full of werewolves, aircraft, well, it was a full moon, and so they started going berserk, but there were other things that also happened to be in there, so they were fighting the werewolves. And it was werewolves versus these other things with people in the middle, and just, that's how bizarro stuff is. So it's like, you should write a bizarro novel. And he's like, well, you know, that would be good, but I'd hate to put a lot of work into something that I really am unsure if I'd ever be able to sell. And that's one of the big things too. I mean, sure, I've got all these books inside of my head that I want to write and I want to get out. But it's a lot of work, especially with my fibro and all that, to actually get them out. And then, as much and nice as it is to just actually create for the sake of creating, at this point with all my food budget having gone into my upper plate and having to be careful, there's different hopes in the future that I'll see if I have time to come back to. But right now it's like, I need to do things that make money. I'm trying to find ways to make money so I don't end up going homeless and starving through malnutrition. I understand why now he was so, I'd like to do that, but I'm not sure it would sell anywhere, and I'd hate to put the effort into it when I could be doing something else that I know I'd be getting paid for. That's another one of the reasons, actually, that if I could come back to reaction videos right now, which I can't, like I say, I'm still dealing with so many mental issues with my emotional health coming back on. It's just insane. But even if I was able to, they don't make any money because it's copyrighted material. And so few people who will actually watch one of the reaction videos will actually watch anything else. Generally, the people that watch reaction videos tend to go like, I'm looking for this song, type of song in this genre, and I want to see people react to that. So I may react to 10 songs, but if it's only one of them is from that genre, that's the only one they're ever going to watch. And maybe 1% of the people who have come in and watched reaction videos have stayed to watch other things, and that's awesome and so appreciative. Thank you, each and every one of you that has stayed to watch my other videos. It is so appreciated. But at the same time, there's so few of you. I mean, it's nice and wonderful, but that's a lot of effort and stuff that I'm not getting paid for, that's draining me emotionally, and it's not getting me anything aside from that maybe 1% of people who stay, which again, so appreciative. But I mean, I make less than $2 a day on my other videos. I need those $2. I can't afford to make less than $2 a day. So on the sheer economic side, yeah, I've got to try and be a YouTuber that chases the clicks, which I'm only going to chase clicks as far as I go. I mean, I've done things like there's that reduzieren I did the video I did yesterday with the Google Translate and Little John song. I'm sure I could clickbait that title and get a lot of people in to watch it. But it's a new piece of work. It's called reduzieren. It's not a Little John thing anymore. So clickbaiting it, I feel, is wrong. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up as many as I can. I'm just thank you for having left a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Thank you for having left a comment. Except for the abusive ones. Those ones I just trash can. That's only about like one every week. So it's not bad. And of course, if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And it's arranged because even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibro, depression, and more, I'm just not good. I forget stuff. I oftentimes forget that my name is not Reginald P. Farquhar. So, let me get to my Chrome. We have Russian timing. Thumbs up and thank you so very much. And Boogie Boy Mueller 6, thumbs up and thank you. Noel kinda animates. Well, that's cool. I'll have to check out your channel if you have one. Dabbage Cabbage, thumbs up and thank you. Pandora NYC 1, thumbs up and thank you so very much for watching and commenting. I don't talk a lot to people in comments or in videos, but I am deeply appreciative of absolutely everybody who watches, and I never want anyone to forget that. Thank you so very much. We have That One Guy Plays, greatly appreciated, and Liquid Cat, thumbs up and thank you. Santiago Solorzano, I know I'm nowhere close, but thank you. William Atchison, thumbs up, and Cthulhu Watu, well, I mean, not thumbs up for your comment, but thumbs up for leaving a comment. And Cinti, greatly appreciated. We have Merrily Koshiro, and I promise I'm going to do that today. Finders Peepers, thumbs up and thank you. We have Triziel, something like that, greatly appreciated. Rival, thumbs up. And Sebastian Ferris, always good to see you in the comments. Matthew Bulger, greatly appreciated. Adrian Bryan, thumbs up and thank you. Itchy nose. And Confused Owl 29, thumbs up. We have John Markovich Jr. and Eric. No, that was Eric Sabamahaley. And let's see if I can find anybody else because I've run out of names. Ern Grung, greatly appreciated. I literally have. I've gone to the bottom and I'm working my way back up. I even have 25 people I can thank. Serpentine Ghoul, greatly appreciated, and Theo Smith. Thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you, even though I could barely find 25 people to thank for having left me a comment. But it is appreciated, getting me out of my head and into the world dealing with real people. If you can check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become one of these beautiful and awesome people and donate, become a member of my Patreon.com patron. However the wording on that goes. Like one of these beautiful and awesome people. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now to the literal end of time. Especially as I'm planning on doing this summer, I'm going to get this great big snake tattoo that covers up half my face. I am not going to get a snake tattoo. I do not think facial tattoos are a good idea in society yet. I think anybody who wants a tattoo anywhere you want on your body, you should get it. But also be aware that a lot of, especially American society, but it's still and most around the world, facial tattoos are still kind of so, but still, I got this video, got another one coming up, and another one after that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. I got a few seconds left, so I might as well just take this to 20 minutes. I do appreciate each and every one of you. It is a good thing. Thank you so very much.